COVID kind of popping off around the same time, so I think it was just a short-lived theatrical run, maybe like a week or two, maybe. Because I remember a couple of my friends, even though they probably shouldn't have went, they went because everybody was scared to go to the movies to see it in the theater. But it was, it didn't last very long. I don't think. I think there was maybe like the shutdown happened, and then they moved it to the drive-ins or something like that.
It literally opened up on the day that, like, they declared that COVID was a pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
And then you had that kind of crazy rush on, like, the grocery stores.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone started panicking. And then a couple days later, everything got shut down for real. So, yeah, it opened up that weekend, which was poor luck, unfortunately, I don't think would have been a huge hit, because it is pretty over the top.
Mm-hmm.
But it was so much fun. And I really enjoyed it, and Betty Gilpin was awesome in it.
All right, man. So check out, everybody out there, make sure you check out The Hunt if you haven't already. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I thought it was just going to be like kind of whatever movie.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, I had so much fun watching it. It's pretty nuts. And Betty Gilpin is awesome. What else did you see? Was there anything else in the theater?
As far as the theater goes, that's all I can remember. I'll tell you what I wish I would have seen in the that came out at the beginning of this year, Underwater.
Oh yeah, that's on HBO now too.
Yeah, I did. I watched it digitally when it dropped, but I didn't. Mm-hmm. I don't remember why I wasn't able to go see it in the theater, but I really did. I wanted to. When I saw that first trailer, it looked like it was going to be something special, despite its PG-13 rating. But the movie, you haven't seen it yet, right?
No, it's on my DVR though. I did record it.
Yeah, no, it's so I can't really spoil anything for you, but yeah, it's definitely worth a watch. Great sci-fi. Kind of body horror mashup. It does wear its influences on its sleeve. It's one of those, so a lot of haters out there say it's a copycat of other stuff that we've already seen.
Is it better than Leviathan? Because that's a pretty rad movie.
I would say maybe in my opinion, it's just my opinion, but maybe on a par with it.
That's one we used to watch a lot when I was like in junior high. Because it came out like around 89 or so.
Leviathan. Is that streaming anywhere?
I have no idea. It might be on Amazon Prime right now. But for anyone that hasn't seen that, check it out. It's kind of cheesy, but Peter Weller and Ernie Hudson rock.
Yeah, Underwater. Kristen Stewart, pulling out a great performance. I know you used to not like her, or maybe you still don't.
It might have been the Twilight thing.
Yeah.
You know what she's really fun in was Charlie's Angels.
Oh yeah, I watched half of that. I didn't get to finish it. It wasn't because I didn't like it. I would just put it on late at night. I do that a lot.
Yeah.
Make that mistake, but no, yeah. Just so you like that movie?
Yeah, I did. It was a lot of fun. And she's having a pretty great time in it.
Sir Patrick Stewart as Bosley was awesome.
Yeah, she's good. Elizabeth Banks is really good in it.
That's her movie, right?
Yeah. But I don't mean to get off the topic of Underwater, but for some reason Charlie's Angels like really bombed.
Yeah.
And I'm not entirely sure why. Because it was a pretty fun comedy, a pretty good action movie.
Did it just come out at the wrong time, maybe?
It came out like November-ish of 2019. It might have gotten lost in the sweep of, the bigger movies, kids movies coming out, the movies that are kind of making the Oscar push. It might have just got lost like that. But it wasn't bad at all. It was pretty fun.
What did you, were you interested in Underwater at all, or what were your thoughts about it?
Kind of lukewarm on it. Mm-hmm. But I heard that, it's not that bad. It was actually pretty decent. So, I decided that, okay, I wasn't going to rush out to the theater to see it because I didn't care that much.
Yeah.
But it was, okay, when it hits HBO, I'll definitely check it out. And it's playing now, so I recorded it or either have it set up to record.
It's got actually a rather low rating on Rotten, 47, and then, as you said, it's on HBO Max currently. This one also bombed for how because it was expensive to make. Obviously, when you look at the all the effects and the sets and everything they use, it's very obviously dumped a lot of money into this to make it look great. But
I think it might have been delayed too.
Oh, before it was supposed to come out initially, before it did.
Yeah.
Huh.
If there was anything else, I did see The Gentleman in the theater. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That was like the Guy Ritchie movie. I was kind of hoping it would be a return to form, since he kind of went off and was doing bigger budget stuff, and I wanted him to go back to making the smaller gangster movies.
Yeah.
And it's okay. It's got a pretty great cast, and they're all doing great work in it. In fact, I think Matthew McConaughey is probably the weak link in the movie, even though he's supposed to be the main guy. But, Colin Farrell is so much fun in the movie. Hugh Grant is great. Charlie Hunnam even is very good in it, and I usually think he sucks. But he's really good in The Gentleman. Henry Golding, I know that you guys talked about not too long ago when you did the Simple Plan.
Oh yeah, that's right.
He's really good in it, and Michelle Dockery from Downton Abbey is really good in it, kind of playing the opposite character than the character that she played on Downton Abbey. And it had a lot of really good pieces and funny scenes, but it kind of didn't click in the end for me. I think there was a little too much casual racism from some of the characters.
Uh-huh.
And there's a really kind of gross, as always, but it's really out of place. There's a near rape scene too that I was wondering, why is this in here? Why would this character do this? Because he was a pretty fun character up until that point, and then when that happened, it was this didn't need to be in here. It serves no purpose other than to be really gross. So I think those two things were major turnoffs, and that kind of made my opinion of the movie less than
it would have been.
Be.
Yeah,
but like I said, all those characters in the supporting roles are pretty great. So I can't fully recommend checking that out. But if you want to, I won't stop you.
I think it's available on Showtime, and that one's got a 75 currently on Rotten.
Oh, so that's higher rated than I thought it would be.
I have, obviously I didn't chime in, but I haven't seen this one yet. Kind of because of, you told me this when you watched it when it was first released, and that's kind of kept me wondering, from pressing that streaming button, to be honest.
Well, I think that about wraps up anything that you and I saw in the theaters before all that happened. So after everything got shut down, and you're quarantined or in this shutdown, what were you watching? What were you checking out? I know that you had caught some newer movies.
I did.
That were coming out. What were you watching? What was good?
I did, Lovecraft Country, for the most part, was really good.
Did you finish it?
No, I still have to watch the last episode, which is the one that you said you didn't like, correct?
Yeah, it's too busy.
Mm-hmm.
They could have benefited from making another episode or two out of it. I think the last episode's overstuffed, but everything up until that point is pretty good.
Yeah, so Lovecraft Country, I thought it was pretty ambitious, something different, especially for HBO, and everything that I've seen, I thought it was really good, and I wanted to make sure to give it a shout out on here. Obviously, I feel like everybody's been watching a lot of stuff on Max lately, and that's available there. Was another great show. At least season 2 came out. Pen 15 is really awesome.
I always wanted to watch that, but I haven't yet. I'll put that on my list.
Yeah, Pen 15. Oh man, it's so funny, especially because it's that I feel like the humor that you're gonna get. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh man, hilarious.
Okay, I'll put that down.
Another big one that you said I think you dumped it, but I know this much is true.
Yeah, I'm sorry, man. I couldn't get through it. I forced myself to watch a couple episodes and then had to bail. I'm going to talk shit about it, and I know you're gonna
that's fine.
Talk it up, but it was misery porn. It was like everything is so bad, everyone is in such a dire situation. Their life is fucked up. It was maybe it was the wrong time, because that came out when everything was pretty shitty. Mm-hmm. And it was just like, I don't need to be watching this. I'm trying to watch something that's a little bit easier to swallow. And I could not get through. After that second episode was over, I ditched it.
Well, it's got a 74 on Rotten right now. I really love, I like Mark Ruffalo as an actor. I think he's really good. Rosie O'Donnell was really good in this.
Yeah.
In my opinion. I know you said you thought Juliette Lewis was like super over the top in the second episode?
It's like I think it's like the end of the first episode. Like her and Mark Ruffalo were in their apartment. I forget whose apartment they went back to,
and they have a fight or whatever, right?
Yeah, and it was like really over the top and grating. And it got to the point where I kind of fast forwarded. Like I got through half of the scene and I just pressed fast forward because I couldn't take it anymore.
Yeah.
But agreed on Rosie O'Donnell.
Yeah, she's solid.
She was the one thing that I did like from what I saw.
So the story follows a pair of they're all identical twin brothers, correct? Mm-hmm. Dominique and Thomas Birdsey, and it kind of chronicles their struggles being twins throughout this different phases of their lives. And it's a mini series. Again, like I say so much on this show, this is a tough watch. It's not going to be for everyone. It wasn't for Chris, obviously, but I enjoyed it, man. Just like I loved Sharp Objects, and you didn't like that at all. So,
loving Amy Adams, hated Sharp Objects. It was so slow and nothing was happening. And then it got to the end, and it was like, we're going to take our time for like 7 episodes and not give you anything. And then like the end, we're going to throw every single thing at you in this final hour. And then the reveal happens, and it's kind of like, oh, well, that was unearned and pointless. I just wasted 8 hours of my life.